Good morning, whoever you are. Ahead of me. You're here ahead of me. Don't know how I'm going to get on today, for sure. It's very hot here. So I don't know how the paint is going to behave on the palette. I've also got grit in my eye, which I've tried flushing out, attempting to flush it out, which is a damn nuisance. So, excuse me just a second. I have to go and get some water to wash my brush out in. I've got the palette here, so I'll just get some water. So excuse me just a second. Yeah, it just happened when I was in the bathroom having a wash. I just got grit in my eye for some reason. Such is life. If there's a knock at the door later, and I have to dash to the postman, excuse me. Yeah, painting British Airborne. Painting British Airborne. So what we're going to do is, here's my flat earth. Where's me flat earth? There it is. Flat Earth by Vallejo. We will paint the trousers, or the, well, yeah, whatever we call it, yeah, trousers, I suppose, on these airborne figures. The all the flesh tone in the faces and stuff, you're all done. All the hair is done, all highlighted. I was looking at that figure yesterday, and I think if I could put a little moustache on that figure, he'd be a dead ring of Adolf Hitler. He's almost giving a Nazi salute there now, isn't he? But that's all the face is done anyway. So I am very happy with them. Our elderly, I suppose you call him a Jew or something, I suppose. But anyway, we'll paint the trousers on these breeches. Paint the trousers on these breeches. See? Paint the trousers on these airborne figures. How is my palette? How is my palette? It's drying out a bit. Let's put a bit of water in it. Let's put a bit of water in the palette. Right. Right, let's get you sort of round worky bench ways. Right. Flat earth. Let's put a bit of flat earth on these British Airborne. Because we can do it. Gotta get my paint shaker out. This is no good. Right, let's have a decent sized brush here. What we got here? Yeah, size 1 brush. That'll do us. That'll do us. Size 1 brush. Right, let's have a look. What we got here? What do we got here? British Airborne. Right, tricky to get the brush in there, but we'll have a go. We'll have a go. Let's get this paint a bit thinner. Let's get this paint a bit thinner. If we can't manage to paint these figures because it's too hot, then I guess it'll just have to be me and the monkey. Because it is hot here, I tell you. It's about, believe it or not, it's about 80 degrees here. On the thermometer, it was about 80 degrees. That's with the windows open. So, it does make life rather difficult. But we will try. You can only do your best. That's all you can do. And if you've done your best, you can't ask for no more than that. Who's that? A comment? It's not here. It's hot here too. I'm trying to paint, but my fingers are too sweaty. Yeah, I know, Ralph. It's difficult, mate. It's very difficult. It's one thing I do not like is excessively hot weather. No, it's not me. I don't mind nice weather, don't get me wrong. But I don't like it excessively hot. But it's probably going to be the future of it now with global warming and stuff. Such is life. We all have to put up with it. We all have to put up with it. I can see these figures are going to need 2 coats on the trousers here. Yeah. Very nice figures, these, actually. Very nice figures. I like them very much. Nice detailing on the faces. That Mr. Gagarin always does a nice job. He always does a lovely job on his sculpting. Bit difficult to get into this figure, actually. Here we go. Here we go. That's him. That's him. Yeah, so these are going to need 2 coats with this colour. Brush and quill, unboxing something, Earth and Games. Dear old brush and quill. There you go. You probably can't see that. That's the pads done on that guy. This guy's got his leg in a splint, actually. But we'll do that anyway. Oh, I've missed the hands on this guy. Oh, okay. Easily done. Right, so that's the belt there, isn't it? That's the belt there, okay. Okie dokie. So we don't have to go right round the bottom of this figure because he's lying down, so we can sort of avoid the underneath bit of him. That's okay. I think it's hot everywhere today, isn't it? I think it's hot everywhere today. Most of the country is hot today, I think. Get the tourists out and about, wouldn't it? Make sure you don't get any air bubbles in your paint. Let's do that bit. You want to go so far underneath, but you don't have to do all of it because a lot of it you won't see anyway. Very nice looking figures. I do like master box figures very much. For those of you listening in black and white, this is a size 1 brush I'm using for these trousers. Right, what's that? Oh, sugar. Damn it. Painted over his jacket here. Oh well. You've painted over his jacket, Karen. Oh well. Easily done, but we can correct that when we do the base color for the jacket. We can correct that. Just annoying. Just annoying. Frustrating, put it that way. Yeah, because that jacket goes right down around his waist, doesn't it? Yeah. Oh well. Oh well. We'll correct it in a bit when it's dry. Good morning, second person. How are you? I hope you are well. I'm not suffering from grit in your eye like me. Is it hot enough for you? Oh, that person's gone again. Oh well. I finished watching that last night. Very good DVD, I have to say. Very enjoyable story. The thing was, it made me think, was, I don't know whether you've seen that story or not, any of you out there. But towards the end of that story, the humans were using the excuse of an alien invasion to push through their own sort of agenda, if you like. And I could just see that sort of thing happening here and now. It was quite whoever wrote that, I can't recall who wrote it now, that story, but it was quite a far-sighted piece of script writing. Maybe they knew something we didn't. Yeah, but yeah, good story. But I liked John Pertwee as a Doctor Who anyway. I thought he was very good. So I'll start another one when I have 5 minutes. I'm watching them in chronological order. So I'm not sure what the next one is, but we'll have a crack at it for sure. Yeah, I'm making a better job of this one, not painting over the jacket. Easy mistake to make. Easy mistake to make. Blame it on the heat. Blame it on the heat. Yeah. Here we go. That's brown trousers for you, laddie. There you go. You won't see that because of the lighting, but very nice. 1, 2, 3, 4 more to do after this of brown trousers. That's okay. That's okay. I suppose the beach will be loaded with people today, I would think. It's definitely beachy weather, isn't it? Definitely beachy weather. Never really been a beach person myself like that. And we never really went to the beach when we was kids, because I lived way out in the sticks. So I never got to go to the beach. I didn't, believe it or not, I didn't go to the beach till I was an adult. Can you imagine that? Never went to the beach as a child. How sad is that? I was never taken to the beach. But, yeah, that's the way it was. It will be nice, I tell you what will be nice, once I've done these batch of figures, is not to have to paint Denison smocks. That'll be nice. Yeah. That will be really nice. Get on to painting something a bit different. I got something a bit more colourful lined up. So I'll be interested to have a go at that. To have a break from World War II. I'm also planning a live stream from a different location. A painting live, like I'm painting now, but from a different location. That's what I'm planning. So we'll see how that turns out. What I have to do actually is go to this location and check it out first and just see whether I can get a signal from there on the internet. I'm hoping so. But we'll have to see and check it out. Hopefully if it works, it'll be a lot cooler than in here. That's what I'm thinking. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm hoping to be able to do that next weekend. But we'll have to see. See how it goes. Let's wash this brush out a bit. Don't want to get it too clagged up with paint. Come on, where is everybody this morning? Where are you all to? Where is everyone? Yeah, don't know where everybody's to this morning, I'm sure. Yeah, I know. I worked out how to do the notice thing, because I'd seen other people putting up notices, and I thought, yeah, that's a damn good idea. So I looked into it, how to do it. It's not really that difficult. So I put up the notice. No, can't force people to watch. Can't force people to watch. Having said that, it's the second person coming on. Good morning, second person. Hope you're well, whatever it is you're doing this Saturday. Excuse the clock there, going. Yes, it wasn't difficult to put up a notice. I got my head around it quite nicely. So I thought, well, that's got to be an idea for doing, isn't it? But you're right. I would have thought people notified. I might have had a few more people here. People actually seem to watch it more on the rerun. I don't know why that is. They seem to watch it on the rerun. Yeah. Oh well. Horses for courses. You do what you like, don't you? You do what you like. Yeah. Yes, I will be glad to finish these figures. They do look nice when they're done, though, these British Airborne, I've got to say. And I suppose I could do some as Polish Airborne, couldn't I? I suppose I should have a few of them. Yeah. Just I need a break from Dennis and Smocks. That's all I guess. So I'll have to do this batch and then leave it, and then go back to them and possibly do some Polish Airborne or something like that, perhaps. I've got more boxes of Airborne figures here. So maybe we might do that, perhaps. We will see. It's all in the future. I wonder if that's the postman or the door girl then. Could well be. Well, here's another one done. There we go. There we go. That's another, you probably can't see it. But that's another one done. Oh, sciatica in my leg. Ow. Ow, 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 ow. God, I'm falling to bits, folks. It's not grit my eye or sciatica, it's something. Joys of growing old. But I guess it's better than the alternative. I see they found that submarine then. That imploded down by the Titanic. To my mind, I don't know what you think, But to my mind, it shouldn't have been left anywhere near the sea, that thing, let alone near the Titanic. I mean, honestly, it looked like it had been made in somebody's garage. I mean, it was absurd. The thing to control it was off of like a PlayStation. Yes. Honestly. Yeah, it honestly, it looked like it had been. Um, see, I'll tell you something. On Facebook, there was a piece put up on Facebook from a village near me, and they had a picture of one of these gas tanks, like these long round gas tanks that people have in their garden for, you know, gas for cooking, these biggish things. And a picture of this, and underneath the caption was, I can't remember the exact words, but the caption was, "We're offering rich locals the chance to visit the shipwrecks in the Hale estuary." And there was a picture of one of these gas tanks. And a lot of people put comments saying it was in very bad taste and all the rest of it. And I thought, well, yeah, that's possibly so. But then again, I thought, well, it's actually pointing out how ridiculously dodgy that submarine was. You know, it was almost, if you look into it and watch the videos, it was almost like homemade thing. It was ridiculous. To me, that video was, that caption on Facebook was just sort of pointing that out. But people were saying, oh, it's in bad taste, it's in bad taste. And I wrote a comment saying, no, it's just pointing out really how dangerous the thing was in the first place and how shoddy the thing was. If you want to know what's in bad taste is people diving on that wreck in the first place, making money out of it. Because it's a grave site. It's not a tourist attraction, it's a grave site. And hundreds and hundreds of people lost their lives in freezing Atlantic water 100 plus years ago, and now you've got people trying to profit from it, trying to make money from it. I said, that's in bad taste to me. If you want to talk about bad taste, that's in bad taste. Trying to make money out of these poor souls that lost their lives in the freezing Atlantic. That's bad taste. So I don't. Yes, absolutely right. See, and here's somebody left a comment which was very valid. And that was, people are all um, saying, isn't it terrible, and all the rest of it, when sort of 4 or 5 millionaires get killed in this incident. But if a boatload of refugees from a war-torn country that they're trying to escape get killed, nobody really bats an eyelid. Nobody really bats an eyelid. I mean, they knew the risks they were getting into. One person actually pulled out of the trip because he said that submarine was dangerous. Wise decision. Wise decision. And if you watch the videos on the submarine, and you can see what it's like inside and all the rest of it. Yeah, I mean, it's, but that person's glad they did pull out now. I mean, one person that had been in a trip or on a trip in this thing, he said it was like a death trap. I mean, they had like bits of old scaffold tube on the side for ballast and stuff. It was just, and you're going to try and go 2.5 miles down in this thing. I wouldn't have wanted to go 2.5 feet in the damn thing. Around 2.5 miles down. The pressure. I reckon the pressure down Titanic level is equivalent to the Empire State Building on top of you being made out of lead. That's the pressure they reckon is down that deep. And you're going to go down to the Titanic in this thing. Foolish, foolish. But, you know, like you say, over-rich thrill seekers, they got more money than sense. And yeah, for me, there should be a law forbidding this type of thing. Diving on the Titanic, you shouldn't be allowed to do it. It's a grave site. People trying to make money out of these deceased people. Or I suppose you could turn around and say, should we be allowed to go to battlefields? Because they're grave sites. Which is true. But nobody really charges for them, do they? Not to my knowledge. Anyway, they're just fields and you can just go and walk around. So yeah, um, when you actually look at that sub also, you know, a little tiny window in it, I'm thinking you're going down that deep. How much of the Titanic are you actually going to see out of that glorified piss pot? I don't know. Yeah, it's beggars belief. Is mind blowing. Beggars belief. Trouble with the Titanic is, unfortunately, it's outside of international waters, apparently, so it's not subject to any sort of laws as such. It's just in the middle of the ocean. But I do wish they would put some kind of order. Everybody would agree and put some kind of order on it and stop tourist diving on it. I don't think that's right at all. I don't think that's right at all. I don't think that's nice. Yeah, if the red arrow, I'll tell you something about the red arrows, coming back to the red arrows, if they were a bit closer than Plymouth to me, I'd put the receiver on and listen to the pilots. I think Plymouth would be a bit far away from me for that. But I do like listening to things like that. When we had the G something summit here, they had the red arrows. And I put the radio on for that and listened to the pilots. That was over St Ives way they were. I forget the exact frequency they were on now, but no problem to hear them. Yeah, I wonder where they'll be taking off from. It won't be Cove Road, I wouldn't have thought. That's my eBay. Yeah, I'm trying to get rid of this grit again in a bit in my eye. Damn nuisance. Of course, it always, when you've got grit in your eye, it always feels bigger than what it actually is. It's probably a pinprick piece of dust, which feels like a humongous great boulder. But, you know, that's life. Yeah, these are looking quite good, these figures. Quite good indeed. What did you say you were painting, Ralph? What did you say you, or did you not say you, what are you trying to paint? Did you not say you were trying to paint something? What were you trying to paint with your steady hands? There goes another one done. So I think I'll do, yeah, go back to the first one and I'll give him a second coat. So this guy needs a second coat of this colour. It's a bit thin, although I'm purposely putting it on sort of thin. It's always better to put, as you know, always better to put paint on thin rather than thick. So we'll put on another coat here. Yeah, so I'm hoping next Saturday's live cast should come from somewhere quite interesting. That's what I'm hoping. But we'll have to see. And it's all dependent on whether I can get a signal from this place. But again, it's a great case of I've got to go and check it out. We'll see. and that's provided the weather's okay as well, because if it's pouring with rain or something, I might be sort of not inclined to go out. So, but we'll see. I had to buy a few pieces of sort of ancillary equipment to make this work, this live cast. Do it. Should be fun. And I'm hoping also that the place will be open and accessible for me to do this. But yeah, we'll check it out in a week. And hopefully I'll be doing this. Just something I fancy doing, actually. Thought we'll have a go at this. Live painting broadcast on location. Right. Awkward to paint these figures, these kneeling figures. They're awkward to get the brush into. Come on, you can do it, Karen. You can do it. There you go, boy. That's better. 2 coats is definitely the way to go with these figures. Definitely the way to go. I tell you what was sad. There you go, that's better. You probably can't see that. But jolly nice. That's, can you see that? Yeah, it's probably even worse. No, I just about see that, can you? I tell you what was sad. I'm quite into Fred Dibner at the moment. I've been watching a lot of Fred Dibner, a lot of Fred's videos I've been watching. And what I thought was very sad, I didn't know this, what I thought was very sad is, when he died, people ransacked his house, which I thought was very sad. And they went through the drawers and everything. It was just terribly sad. They were taking bits off his traction engines and all sorts. Terribly sad. Terribly sad. Terribly sad end for such a great sort of British character. Should have done it again. Come on, Karen. You're painting the wrong part. Yeah, such a sad end for a great British character as Fred. And that should happen. A truly great British character. Thing is, though, steeple jacking. Like you said at the end, the steeple jacking had sort of died out. I guess you're a victim of your own success, aren't you? Because you're demolishing chimneys. There's only so many of them chimneys you demolish before there's none left. I suppose it's just as well for him, really, that he got into the television presenting. Of which, actually, he was very good. He was very good. You don't seem to... You don't seem to get characters like that now, like Fred. It's a great shame. These people are one-offs. Truly one-offs. Right, so that's his jacket, so I shouldn't have painted that just now. I painted half his jacket brown, which I shouldn't have done. I painted right up to the belt and the waist. I shouldn't have done, because the jacket goes lower than that. We'll have to correct that when we put the khaki grey on there, which we'll do in a bit. Such is life, easily done. Yeah. Yes, I do like Master Box figures, I gotta say, they're very nicely done. Very nicely done indeed. Tell me, Ralph, have the red arrows started yet? Are they up and running yet? Sugar. Crap. Comment. Is that a comment? Horses for my Berbers, red arrows. Oh, what was that? Give me that comment again. New key. Over Falmouth this afternoon, so you may be able to listen in. Oh, yeah. I'll listen in Falmouth, yeah. May cancel. Yeah, it's fine down here. They'll be okay down here. What time are they over Falmouth then? What time be they over Falmouth? I suppose I'd find out on the internet, wouldn't I? The internet would tell me, wouldn't it? Yeah, I would probably, in fact I would say almost certainly, get them out of Falmouth. In which case, in which case they would be here we go, almost certainly stopping here at Cove Rose, which is now it's crotchet away from me. In fact, as the crow flies, it's within spitting distance. So I'll have to look it up on the internet or something. See if I can find out what time. How long we've been going? 56 minutes. See if I can find out what time they're in Falmouth. And I'll get the 2 p.m. over Falmouth. I'm not sure. They are flying from St. Column Major Nanuki. Oh, okay. Okay. So they possibly won't be down at Colt Rose. But anyway, even if they're just flying over Falmouth, I should be able to get them. Should be able to get them. I got them from St. Ives, so should be no problem from Falmouth. VHF transmissions from things don't travel very well, but when that something is up in the air, then it makes a hell of a difference. So I'll have a go at that. Thank you for telling me. I like to listen to the pilots shouting at one another, screaming at one another. Airband actually is a nice part of the hobby, radio listening. Listening to airband via shortwave is quite fun. It's quite an enjoyable thing to do. Get right around the world with aircraft transmissions. I mean, conditions on shortwave at the moment are pretty diabolical at the moment, unfortunately. But when they're good, I've heard air traffic control from Auckland in New Zealand and Brisbane in Australia, and you hear both the ground and the pilots as well. But at the moment, shortwave, unfortunately, is because of the way the sun is behaving. It's pretty diabolical, unfortunately. But that's the nature of the hobby, and you just got to accept it and wait for things to change. It's all part of the hobby. Right, let's down in here. I don't like these kneeling figures. Well, so I don't like them. They're just awkward to get the colour on the legs and stuff. Got to really struggle to get the paint on that leg. But there you have it. And there you have it. Oh, yo. Get rid of that a minute. Get rid of that. Yeah. Yeah, I thought I might have had a few more watchers today, seeing as how I put up a presentation. But it's been good thing to learn how to do. So I'm wiser for that, how to put up a notification for video. That's taught me something, which is good. Yeah, these are looking much better with two coats. I like the finish on these, it's good. Berbers. Yeah, what would that be for? What war would that be for? Sudan? Something like that? Not the Omdurman, something like that? Tell you what I watched. I'll show you something in a second. Let me just finish this figure a second. I'll show you something. And I watched. Yeah, cracking on with these. Yeah, good. Cracking on with these this morning. Gonna try and get rid of this grit again in a bit. Right, there's that. Right, what was that comment? Let me read. 3 p.m. to 5:15 in Falmouth, featuring the Red Arrows, the Black Cats, Battle of Britain, Memorial Flight, Lancaster Harriers, Spitfires, Typhoons. Oh crikey, I got all sorts of things. I got to put the radio on then. I got to put the radio on. Right. Let me just dash over here a second. I'll be right back with you. Right, here's what I watched the other evening. Let me get rid of that a minute. Right, let's get rid of that a minute. Come on. Go. Go. Right. I assume you can see that. That's what I watched the other evening. That's the modern equivalent. I gotta tell you, I have never watched such a crap film in all my life. That has got to be the worst film I've ever watched. It's absolutely crap. Don't bother with it. Don't bother with it. The characters don't resemble in the slightest um, the original characters from the original TV series, and the acting was crap. It was just awful, the most awful film I've ever watched. Um, I thank my neighbour for lending it me. Thank you very much. It's very kind of her. No, not a good film at all, folks. One I did watch that's enjoyable. You can read that or not. Disappointed, yes, indeed, indeed. It's a bit more than disappointing. It's a dreadful film, absolutely dreadful. It's the way total waste of an hour and a half. But this is one I did like. Don't know whether you can see that or not. Knights of the Round Table with Robert Taylor. That's a nice film. Enjoyed that. Some nice sort of battle scenes with, you know, like peasant army and all that. Gives you a good sort of flavour of what it must have been like. You know, big batches of archers firing and stuff. Yeah, yeah, enjoyable film. That's a Korean import. I think that's the only version you can buy of it, is like the Korean import, but it's all in English. The dialogue is all in English and stuff. When you put it in your machine and fire it up, the only thing you have to do is turn off the Korean subtitles, get rid of them, and then it plays perfectly. It plays fine. Yeah, very enjoyable film. Stanley Baker in it, from him from Zulu's in it. So yeah, it's a good film. Another one I like with Robert Taylor is The Adventures of Quentin Durward. That's another good one. I had a job to get that one as well. That I had to get that from Spain. I'd sent to Spain for that. But yeah, nice. I like Robert Taylor anyway. He's a good actor. Or was. Long since gone. Smoked too much, unfortunately. That was the end of him. But yeah, no, I didn't like that Dad's Army at all. That was a horrendous film. Now, I would have thought with that Dad's Army, you've got to at least try and resemble the original characters, I would have thought. But they didn't. They didn't. And in this film, you actually got to see Mrs. Mannering, which you didn't in the TV series. You never get to see her. But you get to see her in the movie. But yeah, I was vastly disappointed with that film. If that was my video and not my neighbour's, I would be giving it to the charity store for sure. Oh, got a bit of brown on his jacket. Never mind. Right, so I know what I'm doing 3 o'clock now then. I'm putting the radio on. And listening over Falmouth. Of course, here we had no air day this year for Cold Rose, which I would have also listened to. So we didn't have that this year. That was cancelled. Ahoy! Ahoy, matey! How are you? How are you keeping this morning? Them figures looked good last night. Nice to see some alternative colours being used. They were very good. Very, yeah, very colourful. Very nice. Enjoyable. Enjoyable live cast until I finished off the Doctor Who. I went and finished that, then I went to bed because I had to be up for this. So I would have stayed longer otherwise. But an enjoyable broadcast. It always is. It always is. And it's nice to see how other people paint. Yeah, well, it's an experiment, but that's how you learn, by experimenting. If we never experimented as a human race, you know, we'd still be making stone tools and stuff. Of course, some experiments are not always good. Yeah. Like I was saying earlier before you arrived, hopefully next weekend I'm going to experiment by doing a live broadcast. I'm still going to be painting the miniatures, but I'm going to do it from an alternative location. I've got a location pegged out, which I think will be ideal. I've just got to go and check and make sure I can get a signal from this place before we do the live cast from this location. If nothing else, it should be a lot cooler than in here, where I'm planning to go. Because it's about 80 degrees, 79, 80 degrees in here, even with the windows open. But the paint's behaving not too bad, I have to say, which is nice. Nothing worse than your palette drying out all the time. That drives you absolutely potty. Here we go. Here we go. There's another one with the trousers done. So that's it. So that's all the British Airborne medics with brown trousers. Excellent. What we can do now is we go over the jackets. And for that, we will use khaki grey, which is not grey at all. It's a sort of grey, I don't know why they call it grey. It's not grey at all, it's a sort of green. Khaki green. Well, I'm surprised the postman hasn't been. Mind you, the post around here is very erratic anyway. So who knows, might come yet. I got a lot of tools I've ordered for the bench. So I'm hoping they might be here today. Right, let's get some khaki grey on these figures. God, still got that grit in my eye. Damn missiles. Right. Get a bit of water in this grey and thin it down. I certainly wouldn't call this grey. I'd call it anything. It's like cow shit green. Yeah. There we go. It's going on very well though, it's quite a good colour. Very similar colour actually to primer I'm using, Dunkelgelb, which is sort of handy. Got a dash, catch up later, have a good paint. Yes, thanks for dropping by. What's that other comment? Oh, it was a bit of it's been always fun, yeah. Yeah, have a good afternoon, whatever you do, lady. See you on the next one, next Friday perhaps, or maybe even before then. Yeah. Oh, wretched seagulls again. I'll probably get away with one coat of this colour. It's going on quite well. Yes, go and check out, if you haven't already, go and check out Pirate Rich Paints. A nice channel. A very nice channel indeed. Yeah, I think I get away with one coat of this. Khaki grey. Yeah, pleased that the paint's not drying out either. Just got to be careful where the hands go. Don't want to get khaki grey on the hands. Yeah, looking good. Looking good. See how much we can get done before 3 o'clock. I go and hopefully listen to some pilots. We'll see. I suppose I'll get a comment later from Anger What? Where is the monkey? Where is the monkey? What was that about red arrows? All right. You got Rod Stewart. God, is he still going? Good grief. I wonder what he sounds like these days, Rod Stewart. I don't mind his stuff. He made some very good records with Rod, but these people they don't know when to give up, do they? Should just retire gracefully and, I don't know, go and play with his train set or something, you know? Can't be short of a bob or two, that's for sure. There we go. Yeah, that's pretty good. Time you get your couple of other colours on there, military green and or it is flat brown or something for the patterning. Yeah, that'll look okay. Yeah, it can't be short of a bob or two, Rod Stewart. Oop. Bit of something in the brush tip. I wonder what that costs to get in to see Rod Stewart. Probably a fortune, no doubt. Mind you, doesn't everything cost a fortune these days? Yeah. We'll have a whip round and get some money to get him to go somewhere else. Yeah. I take it from that comment you're not a Rod Stewart fan. Yeah. Ah, right, this one is the one we painted the jacket brown, so we're going to have to go over it with this khaki grey. Get it back on track. But that's no problem, shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, absolutely. I think so. These people, they don't know when to stop. They totally don't know when to stop. I'll tell you another one who falls in the same category as that. It's Elton John, or Reggie Dwight, or whatever he calls himself. He's another one that should have stopped years ago. But, you know, like you say, they can't, for whatever reason, they can't leave it drop. I think a lot of them are still living in the 70s, aren't they? A lot of them. Somebody actually said online, and having seen some of it, a person said online, Paul McCartney was not worth the money. He went and saw Paul McCartney, he said it absolutely wasn't worth it. But then it goes back to what we've just been saying. There's another one that should have stopped years ago. Yeah. Because obviously, makes you wonder why they do it, because they can't be doing it for the money. Because, you know, surely they don't, their time of life, they don't need the money. That's for sure. Right, so what we've got to do now with this figure is, the postman cometh. Excuse me for ducking out on you then. That was the postman. Probably took the bench, I would think. Yeah, so they can't be doing it for the money, that's for sure. I've never really been one for going to see people live. The only person I'd really want to see live is my father, who died years ago. I wouldn't mind seeing him live again. But there's little chance of that, so... Yeah. Then you get these groups that have been going so long, half of them are dead anyway. It's full of replacements and stuff and anything. Well, it's not the same thing, is it? You know, it's like the Who, isn't it? Great band in their day, but you've only got Pete Townsend and Roger Daltrey left. So it's not really the Who, is it? Not to me, anyway. There you go, they're starting to look like he should now, with a proper jacket. Not half green and half brown. Mind you, this grit in my eye is distracting me, I have to say. Here we go. There we go. That's quite nice. Right, been up here an hour and a half. I'm going to go and get a drink. What's the time now? It's 12:15. Going to go and get a drink, get some lunch, try and flush my eye out again. I will certainly make efforts to listen in at 3 o'clock to what's going on over Falmouth. I should be able to get it, I would have thought. Yeah, we'll have a crack at that, I think. It should be good. Thanks for joining. Anger Watt, hello you. Hello Anger Watt. Give me that comment again. Hope you are doing well. Yes, I'm doing well. Maybe John will keep his word and make Glastonbury. Oh, go away. Make Glastonbury his last appearance, but I doubt it. Well, they can never seem to give up, can they? And they always say, this is my last go, and then they come back again, so who knows with Elton John? Yeah, you're right. Yes, good morning, Anger Watt. Good afternoon, Anger Watt. Just for you, for 5 minutes. As I know you would miss it otherwise, I'll just get my buddy here to say hello, dear. You say hello? Hi. I don't say what all the time. I've told you about this before. Will you say hello? Hello? No, come on, you do a bit better than that, can you? Good afternoon. I hope you're all well and had a nice Saturday. Yeah, I'm sure they are. Yeah. It's nice to be here. The Iron Wheelchair Tour. The Rolling Stones. Yeah, there were another bunch, weren't they, that can't really stop. Yeah. What's that? What's what? The Rolling Stones. Oh, it's a pop group, okay. Oh. Ape Dude. Hey, Ape Dude. Hi. Have a nice Saturday. What are we doing this afternoon? I don't know. You don't know. What do you want to do this afternoon? Watch a movie? You want to watch a movie? Yeah. And I have tea with honey and cookies. We haven't got any cookies. We ate them all. Ah, shit. We told you we have to go into town and buy more cookies. Ah, okay. How are we doing that? We'll have to go in town in the week and buy the cookies, okay? Ah, okay. You got any money? No. Oh dear. It's okay. You got lots of money. I got lots of money. Yeah. You got lots of money for buying cookies. Oh, how do you know that? Yeah. You're not as silly as you look, are you? No. I'm not silly at all. I'm a very smart guy. I believe you are a smart guy, aren't you? Yeah. I tell you something, you fault manners. What's that? You're a very lucky guy. Why? If not for me, you could still be stuck on eBay, or you could have ended up anywhere. Yeah. Thank you for rescuing me. That's okay. Didn't want to see you all adrift on eBay. No. That's not nice. That's not nice. No. You want a bit of chocolate? Oh, okay. Nice? Yeah. Good. You better say goodbye now, didn't you? Why? Why? Because I got grit in my eye. Oh. That's not nice. No, it's not nice. It's very sore, actually. So I've got to try and get rid of it some way. Yeah. I've got to go and have a cup of tea. Maybe with honey. But we'll see. We're going to have lunch. We're going to carry on with the painting. Then later on, if you are lucky, we will watch a movie, okay? Okay. So you want to say goodbye to everybody? Yeah. Goodbye, everybody. Have a nice afternoon. Have a nice Saturday. I'll see you next week, all being well. You want to wave goodbye? Goodbye. Bye.